Hi Taurus, welcome to How I Love Tarot. This is a general reading. I am pulling your oracle cards and then I'm going to pull your tarot. Spirit, may I please have the strength? And I please have the strength for Taurus. For those of you that have never seen me before, I look at 4 different areas of your life and then I read the outcome. Spirit, may I please have the challenge for Taurus for April 2024? Thank you. Let's take a look at the outcome. Spirit, may I please have the outcome for Taurus? Thank you. Going deeper into the reading, giving me the information that Taurus needs to know that will help them to validate this reading and help them to make the difficult decisions they need to make, will give them clarity, inspiration, motivation, and guidance. Spirit, may I please have the present position? May I please have the 2 cards flipped out there. Spirit, may I please have the strength? Spirit, may I please have the challenge? May I please have the what's good in the outcome for Taurus. Okie doke. 3 cards came out there. Thank you. Spirit, may I please have the strength? May I please have the challenge? May I please have what's good in the outcome for Taurus? Spirit, may I please have the outcome? What's good in the outcome for Taurus? What's good in the outcome? Thank you. That's a lot. Let's just see if there's one more shuffle here. What's good in the outcome, Spirit? Thank you. All right, Taurus, let's get going. Okay, in your present position, we have many cards, and this is to validate that this is your reading. So in my readings, it's really important that you, this present position either authenticates that this is your reading or it doesn't, and this is then not your reading. In my readings, it's important that this present position you recognize, meaning that it's what's going on in your life right now. If this part of it does not make sense to you, or you can only take a bit of it, what's happening is it's either not your reading or you're watching the reading too early. And what I suggest is that you come back into put the reading in a playlist and come back in about 2 weeks and watch it then. If at that point the present position doesn't make sense, this is really not your reading. Okay, so either you take it or you don't, but it all begins in the present position. Spirit, do you want to bring it forward? What's going on here with this information for Taurus? What will help to validate this reading? Give me the information, Spirit. Okay, so first of all, we have authenticity and the number 10, right? So we have a completion of a cycle where you are coming to the end of something that has been a journey of rediscovering your authentic self. Now, I guess journeys don't ever really end when it comes to internal aspirations and what you're going for. But this particular cycle of authenticity is coming to a close, okay? So in the present position, who I truly am is good indeed. I'm authentic in thought and word and deed. And so because you are in alignment with self here in the present position, there's no need to kind of do the exhaustive things that you may have been doing to become the kind of person that you really aspire to be. So now that that you can trust that is set in place. Who you are is truly the kind of person that you want to be, somebody with integrity and authentic and trustworthy and good and has good deeds, and you kind of are moving away from that. So that's in the present position. Not that you're going to become inauthentic, meaning that you don't need to focus on it at such a high level anymore. Clarifying that, we have listening, Taurus, and we have the elephant. Okay, so we have listening. Spirit, bring it forward. What is going on with okay, thank you. Spirit makes me feel here, Taurus, that you have, where you've been listening to your inner guidance internally, you are actually now really listening to the people that are very important in your life right now. And this is kind of, Spirit makes me feel like it's all levels of people. So we have the naysayers, right? So that suddenly just came out there. People that normally that you kind of have to watch out for and are not authentic. So we have you kind of listening for them, but not in a paranoid way, but kind of like, this could be like in the workplace, something to do with that. Listening to the people that you love and really understanding where they're coming from. And so I do see a shift here occurring in the way that you engage people. I feel like before you were talking, and now that you've gone through this phase of coming into the kind of person that you want to be, you want to, you know, what it feels like is that you want to be the kind of person that people emulate, look up to, understand. They care about you, that's for sure. But people really don't turn to you necessarily with, how shall I put it? It's not that you're not a good listener. You're a really good listener. But there's a quality of the listening that's changed. I'm not going to bang on about this because you know what it is. But you want to, people now to, in this stage of your life, to be able to, you know, you've done so much work on the inner self. It's kind of like you are now wanting others to trust you and to trust their deepest insights with you. And so in order for you to do that, you have to listen. And in order for you to not come across as kind of like this person like that is just seen at face value and then they make an opinion of you, you want them to look past that. So this is all kind of taking place in that listening aspect. Here we have the High Priestess. Spirit, bring it forward. What's going on with the High Priestess? Oh, you're exploring a lot of spiritual stuff here. You know, meditating, going inward, discovering your soul's true desire. So there's a lot of spiritual work that you're shifting into here. It feels quite what's the word? You know, some people explore their spirituality by going to classes and, let's say, maybe going to church or going to I said classes, but you know what I mean, right? But this feels like you're really going private and inward and having Spirit just said requiem with the powers that be. So whoever you construe to be your higher power, or people in the spirit world that your loved ones that you trust that have now gone before you, right? So forefathers. You're developing your intuitive gifts and you're trusting the wisdom that you receive. Now, for those of you that have never seen me before, Taurus readings, one of the things I'm always pointing out about Taurus is, you know, like the water signs like, I don't know, Cancer, Pisces, those kinds of signs. They are very highly intuitive via their third eye. However, earth signs such as yourself, Taurus, you're intuitive through the gut instinct. And so what you're doing here is where you've always trusted your gut, you're also expanding that energy and that power to be able to open up your energy to kind of like that water energy that comes through knowing and intuition. So using the third eye. So you use the gut instinct, which is a sacral chakra, and you're now using your third eye also. Now you may argue with me, no, How Love Tarot, I use my third eye. But for some of you, you're using your gut instinct because you're an earth sign. So you're always going to rely on your gut instinct. And your gut instinct is extremely powerful. Okay. Anyway. Oh, here we go. What's going on here, Spirit? We have the High Priestess that came out with balance. And so we have meditate and turn inward to discover your soul's true desire. This is a time for action. Develop your intuitive gifts and trust the wisdom you receive. I want to add there, you need to, when you're developing your intuitive gifts, you have to look for validation. If you want to know more about that, you can book a life coaching session with me, and we can go over that one-on-one. It's different for everybody. Now, and you can look at the description for my email to contact me if you would like a session. Now, in regards to balance, Spirit, bring it out. Why is balance coming out with the High Priestess? Blending the ideas of others with your own to create something extraordinary. Successful compromise. The power of diversity. Self-control. Patience and balance. So what stands out to me here is patience. So, the Taurus in you is very observant. However, you can be scattered in your energy when you're under stress. So I feel here that you're calm. What we have here is a calming and a slowing down of energy, and slowing down the mental energy so you can understand prosperity, prospects, opportunities around you. So that's going on in the present position. So what I feel there is money, work, home. Okay. Let's take a look at the present position. You are extremely focused on finances. We have the Ace of Pentacles along with the Seven of Wands in the reverse. So what we have here, Spirit, why is this coming out together? Why is the the Ace of Pentacles coming out with the Seven of Wands in the reverse? Page of Pentacles is in the upright, and the Seven of Wands is in the reverse. So let's take a look at this. Spirit, bring it forward. Exhaustion. You're physically and mentally exhausted about something. You're giving up on a certain situation and you're putting it behind you. It's something that destroyed your confidence for a period of time, and it made you feel overwhelmed and kind of overly protective of the self. Okay, so you went through something, and it took a long, it was slow moving in your life to kind of get through it from one level to the next. So even though people around you, may view you as, oh, you kind of got through this period of your life, this difficulty here, what really took place is a lot of defensive energy, and putting things in place, putting things right, making sure things go right in the future. And as a result, it's led to this huge focus currently on money. Now, you're looking for new beginnings with money. You're looking for new ideas, new opportunities. I do feel like you're extremely focused on this aspect of your life. And Spirit makes me feel here that it's something that you want to do authentically. So there's a way of wheeling and dealing, and you've got we call it in England the gift of the gab, right? When you're able to talk to people and put your charm forward. And that's how you kind of, what's the word, when you go fishing and you anyway, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't fish. But either way, when you cast out your net and you catch what you can, and instead what you're doing, by instead of using your charm or your, gift of the gab or your humor and that to create new opportunity and business, Spirit makes me feel here that you're authentically going forward and relying on who you are now today, right? So this, good person without the smoke and mirrors is kind of what I call it, or that kind of bloody, what'd you call that? Used car salesman talk, right? You're not going forward with that. What you're doing is you're being truthful. Not to say that you were lying before, that's not it at all, but there is things that you logically leave out. There are things that you logically include because you're utilizing new opportunities and you're bringing them towards you. But with these new money ideas and opportunities that you're moving forward with now, you're not putting smoke and mirrors. Like, you're blatantly clear and transparent about what it is you're willing to give and what they can get with what you're willing to give. So there's a negotiation going on here, is what Spirit makes me feel. And it's kind of like, Spirit makes me feel that I'll give as good as I get, right? So it's like you're not selling yourself short, but you're not pumping yourself up into extraordinary heights. So you're not, how do I want to put it, Taurus? You're not, as you go after new financial opportunities, you're not like banging on your own chest, like a gorilla, and roaring and showing people how strong you are and that they have to go with you. You're literally gently, gently, gently does it. Anyway, that's enough of the present position. If that resonated with you, Taurus, this is your reading. Please continue with the reading. If this did not resonate with you, please stop the video, come back, put it in a playlist, come back in about 2 weeks, watch it then. And if it makes sense to you then, because time is fluid, you could be watching it too early. Things do have to play themselves out. Even in my own reading for my own sign, it does not make sense to me in the present position whenever I record it. And this is, I don't know, nearly 1,500 videos later. It doesn't make sense to me. And when I look at it months, weeks, even a couple of years later, it just blows me away how accurate it was. Anyway, so that's my suggestion. For those of you that it does make sense to, I want to go into the challenge and talk about what's happening there in the challenge. So we've got trust. Spirit, bring it forward. Tell me why trust is here in April for Taurus. What's going on with trust? Tell me more. I'm safe, I'm secure, in love I trust, my faith endures. But it's a challenge. Something is happening in your environment that on one hand, it's like a teeter-totter. On one hand, it scares you, and on another hand, it's kind of like you've got faith that, or you have to put out faith to whatever the situation is, that it's going to work out and everything's going to be okay. But internally, I feel like you are wavering back and forth with the trust, and that's a challenge for you in April, because you're somebody or a situation or a circumstance requires a lot of ingenuity, a lot of strength and courage, and you're putting that forward in the situation. But it's, it kind of goes against what I just said here about authenticity. It's not that you're being inauthentic, but the circumstance requires positive energy. But deep inside, what I feel is, I don't want to not be right. Okay, I want to trust that you know, there is a higher power and spirit is at work, and things will work out. You've got the elephant twice. Look at you, Taurus. This is interesting. You got the elephant in the present position. And you've also got the elephant again in the challenge. Spirit, bring it forward. What's going on with the this particular oracle card, Stuck in the Mud, number 24, and Strength. So this is coming up in the challenge. Just bring it forward. There's no doubt that there's situations going on around you that you feel stuck about. And it feels like the more you try to move forward, the more it's keeps kind of bringing you back, right? Back to a situation. So we've got historical stuff here in the challenge that you're just trying to close a chapter. And as much as you try and close it as quickly as you can, it seems to just be dragging on. So that's in the challenge. And so it does require your strength, and it does require a leap of faith. And it does require, there's a lot of stability in, you know, and you can see it, you can feel it, you can touch it. You know that it's going to happen, but it's just slow moving. And the challenge is just balancing all of the needs and wants and desires and all the things whirling around you, and keeping what is important to you kind of on a pedestal, and not letting it get brought down to this level of whatever historically has happened in the past that you're trying to draw a line under, and just kind of move forward. In the challenge, furthermore, we have the 5 of Wands. Conflicts with others created by opposing opinions. Walk away from drama. Unless the situation is really worth your time, then stand up for yourself. So you've got dealings with very... You remember what I was saying before about smoke and mirrors? Look, it just came up in your... I just realized it just came up in your challenge. So there's me being psychic. Anyway, conflict in the challenge, but again, you know, it's kind of isolated. You know, if I had to give it a score out of 10, Taurus, I'd give it a 5 out of 10. It's something that when you're dealing with it annoys the crap out of you, but it's under your control. But the person that you're dealing with, or the circumstance or the situation, has a habit of putting up smoke and mirrors and an illusion that they want you to believe. And it's kind of like, you know what, screw you. So there's conflict in like wanting to be authentic and gentle and put your best foot forward, but there is a circumstance or situation or person that makes you feel like, you know what, I really just want to smack you. Moving on. We have in the in the challenge, sorry, Taurus. In the challenge, we have the Queen of Swords. Spirit, bring it forward. What's going on here in the challenge? So in the challenge, with this situation or circumstance, you're trying to have unbiased judgment. You're trying to operate independently. You're trying to have clear boundaries in that situation. You're trying to have very direct communication and being clear-minded and very perceptive of what you're dealing with. So here, again, we have that authenticity coming through, but we have it coming through in Queen of Swords energy, which is ultimate truth, right? Ultimate duty, ultimate, like, you know, faith that what you're doing is the right thing. However, it is sitting in your challenge, so, you know, understand that that will be a temporary thing that you're dealing with. Now let's move on to the strength. What we have here is true love come to me in the strength. So here we have true love shall come to me as I do will, so mote it be. Spirit, what's happening here? Why is this card here in the strength position? So for those of you that have never seen me before, these are things that happen regardless of what is going on in your life, right? You always have the now. You always have a challenge in your life. In fact, you have it daily. And then you have the strength, right? And just like you have the challenge daily, you have daily attributes where you will tap into your strength. So that's what I mean by the strength. It's nothing that you have to do. It's just something that's going to happen. Just like the challenge, it's not something that you have to avoid. It's okay. You're going to get through it, but it is going to happen. So here we have true love. Spirit, bring it forward. What's going on with this? You're focused very much on somebody that you love and care about. We have the number 2 and 6. So what we have is infinity here. We have the numerology, the number 8. So this is somebody that is very, very, I want to go, I hate to do this in readings because I don't like all the new age stuff. I know, I've got a tarot channel, right? And I'm heavily into new age, but I'm such a skeptic. Anyway, what the hell was I going to say? Oh, what I was going to say is I don't like to put this out there in a reading, but this even feels like past life driven, right? So from your soul, something is pulling you forward to a love situation, and however you define that in your life, it could be anybody, but it's truly here and the reason why I said infinity is in numerology 2 and 6 equals 8, which equals infinity. So infinity, Spirit is making me feel like the past life journey of you and whoever this is, or people that represent that in your life. In the strength, we have, oh, look at this. We have moonlight. And we have wishing well. Wow. So you have some, in the strength position, in this situation, there's a situation that you're remaining very silent in. And you're wishing on, what you wishing on here? What is this? God, you're being very vulnerable, Taurus. You're being extremely vulnerable with those that you love. You're taking the mask off, and there's some people in your life here that you want things to turn around. There's a couple people, actually, I feel like a handful of people that you want their situations to be turned around. So there's a lot of hidden energy there. It could be even things like praying for them, praying for healing, praying for good outcomes. And so that is sitting in your strength. So keep on wishing, because it's kind of like that scene in Spirit is making me feel in The Wonderful Life, that movie. And the Jimmy Stewart character, the angels come to the Jimmy Stewart character and save him, because so many people on earth are praying for him. And so they're like, what's going on with, the Jimmy Stewart character? And so the angels come down to see if they can assist. So keep on keeping, Taurus, with that, because it's going to work. Here we have in the strength position, again, more love energy. We have a lot of repetitive energy in your reading here. We have the kind of finance. Well, we'll see what happens in the outcome, but there's this kind of finance or job thing that's going on, or money thing, and there's a repetition of love here. So here we had it in the true love come to me, blah blah blah, over here in the strength, and now we have it in the Queen of Cups energy in the strength position, reinforcing where your thoughts and your feelings and your heart and your, where you are, where that lies right now, what you're focused on. And you're very much focused on loving, compassionate, psychic, self-sacrificing, deep psychic insights, really paying attention to the emotions within you and understanding now. Like there's a wisdom about it, Taurus, where the emotions before were kind of chaotic and stormy and just didn't make any sense. And, you know, if you felt bad, you felt bad. And if you felt down, you kind of blamed yourself and, you know, you're just kind of numbed with whatever it was. But here there's just a calming of your spirit. And there is an emotional wisdom that's going on, where there's an emotional intelligence that's deepening within your soul and understanding now what the emotions mean to you, that you're feeling, caring for others but longing to take care of yourself. Trust your intuition. A deep love of family and friends is around you. Follow your heart. So there's some, you know, just really beautiful energy here, Taurus. I gotta say, I mean, you're beautiful anyway, aren't you? But I'm just saying, I get I get negative comments when I say that you're my favorite. You're one of my favorite signs to read for. I get hate mail from the other zodiac signs, but you really are. And I've been saying that for years, and it's because you have such grounding energy, such amazing energy, and that's coming out in your strength. Here in your strength, oh, this is not like you, Taurus. We have the Knight of Wands. If you've looked at prior readings, the card that has been coming out for you for the last few years is the Knight, which is the slowest moving card in the deck. And here in the strength, we have this really fast moving energy. We have the Knight of Wands. And we have the Ace of Wands, right? So this represents passion, communication. And what we have here is passionate energy, inspired to take action and be adventurous, fearless, and even impulsive. You know, and when I say impulsive, the way Spirit is showing it to me is trying new things, not necessarily being flippant and risky and unhealthy or toxic, but really impulsive in understanding that there's a new way to do things. And when you trust others, you're willing to try new things. So that's coming out. Very passionate words here, very passionate communication with all involved. You're really, your energy is so fast right now. Being that your earth energy, it is a strength of yours. It's showing as a strength. That's not what I meant to say, Taurus. Spirit, can you bring that back for me? You bring back the Knight of Wands for me, what you were just showing me. Things are speeding up for you. You know what direction you're going. You know where you've been. You know where you're going. You know where what you need to do. You have the ability to stop the speed of what is happening if you need to. It's in your control. It's showing up in the strength. And here in the Ace of Wands, Spirit, bring it forward. Why is the Ace of Wands sitting here in the strength position for Taurus? What's going on with that? Well, new projects. New projects are coming your way. New inspiration, urge to create, using sheer willpower, desire, power and potential, potential for lots of new beginnings, new opportunity, and new growth in new land is what Spirit is showing me, new land, right? So there's something about time and space here that is you're reaching out with this passionate energy and communication for things to grow, and very pioneering in your energy, very, very pioneering. A lot of leadership energy, a lot of alpha energy, a lot of dominance, a lot of ambition and originality, but still balanced and graced with this authenticity. I'm really loving this reading for you, Taurus. This is nice. Take a look at the outcome. Okay. Spirit, bring it forward. Why do we have magical powers here? All right, let's get grounded, Taurus. Don't go off in fairyland and, with bloody potions and witchery and rituals and nonsense. Keep grounded. Don't, there's something in psychology that we call magical thinking. And magical thinking is when you think something and then it happens, and you think that you think it, you think that it happened because you thought it. That's called magical thinking, and it's erring on the side of cray cray. I can say that because I am a psychologist. So it's very important that you get validation. So, your prayers are powerful. For those of you that are praying, your manifestation is powerful, but look for the validation. Don't just be, I think it, therefore it is, and then it manifested. That is not the way that it works. And again, if you need a life coaching session on that because you want to understand it more deeper, I'm your girl. Click down on or email me on the link below at howlovetarot@gmail.com. So you need validation in the outcome, but you're very in touch with your spiritual nature here in the outcome. I weave and clear, I cast and know, magic secrets to me now show. Oh, look at that. You're looking for validation. Sorry, I just gave you a lecture on needing validation. But anyway, looks like you're looking for validation. So you may have been working on that and trying to put all of that together. And here we have into the unknown and the number 7. Now, what I can say about this and the outcome is that Spirit makes me feel that you're going into the unknown, but you are heading in the right direction. There is maybe some self-doubt that might come up where you're questioning yourself for a moment. Am I doing the right thing? Your Taurus energy, you need kind of, 1 and 1 has to equal 2. You're not frivolous, right? And so here what we have in into the unknown is the fact that you are going in the right direction. It's just that you don't know that you're going in the right direction. You're blindly going forward without a sense of what is in front of you. We have Spirit, bring it forward. We have the 7 of Pentacles. Here's that money energy coming up again in the outcome. We have the 8 of Swords coming up in the outcome, and we have the 3 of Swords coming up in the outcome. Wow, this is interesting. Tell me more, Spirit. What's going on here? Okay. In the future here, in the outcome, now remember, this is for entertainment purposes only, folks. Right? So take it all with a pinch of salt. Do what you need to do for you. Don't listen to a bloody tarot reading, but for your, next steps in life. But understand that you need to go to professionals and seek professional advice for anything to do with finances, the law, mental health. Doesn't matter what it is. Anyway, in your outcome, what we have here is seeds well planted. Efforts of investments that will be rewarded in the future. The need for patience, a time for resting and planning for the future. There is some unnecessary worry here, but you are being very, very diligent about tending to the growth of your finances. Here in the 8 of Swords, what we have you doing is the illusion of entrapment is now ending. Where you have lacked self-confidence that makes you feel helpless in some ways, you're no longer in that self-imposed prison. You're no longer afraid to take action. You are taking responsibility for your actions, and it's really, by doing that, it's almost speeding up things in your life and prosperity in your life. So as you take responsibility, as you're open and honest to the people you need to be open and honest to, as healing takes place, you are freeing yourself of perhaps, you know, swords are truth, right? But these swords are coming in as things that you've done in the past that perhaps you weren't happy about, or situations that you were in that you wish you'd handled differently. So there's some real reckoning with that in the outcome. And here we have, to further kind of go into that a little bit more deeply, we have the Three of Swords. And we have there's somebody here that you're dealing with that has gone through a lot of pain and heartache, perhaps betrayal, but they are in a good place, is what I want to say, and they're letting go of the past. What does this have to do with you? It's your healing energy. It's your ability to, your tenderness, your kindness, your generosity, your sweetness, right? All of that is coming out, and it's very informative in regards to the healing process. And so we have, as the process is happening though, you know, what we have is some healing misunderstandings, because perhaps the person is triggered, or maybe you get triggered. Want to know more about triggers? Another reason to have a life coaching session with me if it's something that's bothering you. But being there for those that are in need is in the outcome. And it's, I hear the song, I Can See Clearly Now. The rain has gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the days that I can't, Spirit, bring it to me. Gone are the days that passed me by. It's going to be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Okay, you don't need me to sing to you. Spirit, want to bring it forward here in the outcome. We have justice. We have the Seven of Swords so we have justice in the upright. We have the Seven of Swords in the upright in the outcome. We have the Six of Swords in the reverse. We have the Hermit. What we have here, Taurus, is again that soul searching energy. And it's really strange to me, because as much as I see you kind of engaging in your work and lots of communication, lots of passion, lots of new beginnings, at the same time there's a part of you that's withdrawing. And that's why we have the Hermit in the outcome. So there's a lot of soul searching and introspection. There's a lot of contemplation and wisdom and truth seeking. There's a lot of when you are alone, that you are, you know, kind of carving out your independence and seeking inner guidance and meditating and understanding how to open up your consciousness. So Spirit makes me feel so you can plan ahead in a way that will be fruitful for all the people that you love and care about, that you want to take care of, including yourself, obviously. But, you know, I don't get like a selfish energy about it. I get a very kind of to others, right? People that you love. Here in the Six of Swords reversed, we have a personal transition, resistance to change, unfinished business, emotional baggage. Okay, so there's, you know, I was talking about, where was it? This in the challenge. So the challenge bleeds over into the outcome. So this is not just one and done, whatever this is that you're dealing with. It is going to go on for a bit. Okay, so try not to worry about that. Here we have the Seven of Swords, where we have kind of the person that betrayed you in the past, that maybe manipulated a situation, or just kind of this energy is coming out in the outcome, right? So getting away from something, acting strategically, and kind of beating them at their own game, right? So you do have that energy that you are looking forward at, and some of it, spirit makes me feel, was your own doing. So there's that kind of taking responsibility for your own actions. And here we see, when you do that, there is justice, right? So as you take responsibility for your own actions and your part in things, things kind of really smooth out, and they are, there's clarity here, and there is equality, balance, cause and effect, and ultimately we have both the physical law, meaning law as in magistrate law, going to court, things like that of a legal nature. But we also have the laws of the universe, right? You reap what you sow. For example, if you walk into a room and people are sitting there quietly reading, and you walk into that room and you're demanding and loud and yelling and being derogatory, well, you reap what you sow, right? So the people are now going to be upset with you, and they're going to be agitated, and it takes a wise person to understand that they are the one that walked into the room and caused the agitation. So where I see justice coming forward is this cause and effect that's coming out in your life, like kind of this whole kind of healing aspect. You reap what you sow. So now you're going to sow good things so you can reap good rewards. So that is very strong in your energy here in the outcome. And lastly, beautiful, beautiful energy to end this reading. We have the Nine of Cups, right? Ultimate independence. And what we have is a wish come true. We have contentment, satisfaction, emotional stability, luxury, gratitude, and feeling surrounded by love, and know that there's a reciprocal energy here in regards to what you give, you get, and when you give love, you get love tenfold. And when you give, it's kind of like this really beautiful energy. It's like a tennis match, goes back and forth. It makes a change from when you are destructive, right? And in destructive relationships, and people are being, engaging in that kind of toxicity or unhealthy dynamic. And when you engage with people that are unhealthy, it kind of rubs off on you, right? You are who your friends are, kind of thing. You are the people that you engage with. If you're the good one in the relationship and the person that you're dealing with is toxic, well, they're bringing that toxic energy into your life. And what I see here is a huge 180, a huge turnaround in that loving aspect, where you understand your part in things, and you understand, I'm going to give authentically and hopefully and with an open heart, without expecting anything in return. I'm going to give because I have it to give. However, what you're going to get back, Taurus, is a reciprocal energy of tenfold blessings, tenfold love, a coming together in a really beautiful, powerful way with somebody. Okay, Taurus, that is your reading. I hope it helped. Please hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you wish. And please join me again for your next reading. You take care.